Welcome to this week's Kline May Realty Showcase. I'm Greg Pfaff, and if you see any properties that interest you, give me a call or one of the people in our offices. Be glad to take care of you. Thanks to our sponsors. Enjoy the show.
We found this iconic image of the Shenandoah Valley, and in it, it had this wonderful mountain range. It had a sun setting, and it not only was a beautiful photograph, but it exuded a color palette that just seemed like if you lived here, you would recognize that color palette.
They thought about the things about our area that make it special. Incorporating all of that into our brand identity, I think it's genius.
Where you go as a brand agency is you look for inspiration from places of meaning. So for Kline May, we learned something about the Shenandoah Valley that is special. We heard it, and then we begin to research it. And through that research, we just see how this area is celebrated by the people who live here, who come here. If you're a business and your look is old, doesn't that send some kind of message, even if it's subliminal, that that's kind of where your headspace is? You're set in your ways. You're not changing with the times.
I'm very excited with our rebrand. I think we're at a point that our rebranding will help reposition us in the market to excel all the more in terms of market share and also in terms of the millennial market.
Maybe a 23-year-old wants to work for a company that's got core values that are embedded deep within a legacy, but they want to work for a company that's changing and evolving. A new brand and a new look and feel, some new messaging is a great way to just create an invitation to come look at us and see if we're aligned. There is a modernness to this area here. This place is hip. It is welcoming, it's diverse. You want to send that message out that you understand that as a brokerage selling the area. So the tagline for the Kline May brand is "Be Moved." It's just a statement that I think expresses this passion for life. Like if you're going to do something, be moved by it. Don't just do something to do it. If you're going to buy a home, buy the one you feel the most passionate about. If you're going to sell it, pick an agent you're most passionate about. If you're going to join a brokerage, join one that moves you, that inspires you to be more than you can be. It's a two-word phrase that serves as an empty vessel to house a lot of good meaning and good intent. Today's agents are smarter, they're more self-aware of their role in real estate. They're the brands that people hire. They're entrepreneurial, they're business-minded. And Kline May, what I learned is like their understanding of that and their devotion towards serving that and supplying their agents with all the tools necessary to achieve success.
Whether you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, DuPont Community Credit Union has mortgage options to fit your life. With fixed and adjustable rate options that offer low down payments, DCCU's team of local mortgage advisors will advise you on the best mortgage option and guide you through the lending process, from pre-approval to making memories in your new home. Start your home buying journey today at mydccu.com. Home buyers beware. That's Virginia's motto. So do not buy someone else's problems. Never skip the home inspection. Even if you're buying as is or FYI, for your own protection, get a home inspection from Aztec Home Inspections. We provide home buyers with thorough and informative home inspections, radon testing, and mold testing. Get protected during your home buying process. Know before you buy. Schedule online at aztechomeInsp.com.
Our mission is to bring hope and healing to survivors of human trafficking and exploitation. They're called survivors for a reason. They've survived a lot. They're very strong and resilient people, and we want to give them that hand up to become thriving, happy individuals that know that they can go on to be very successful.
Hi, Kristen and Jesse. Thanks for meeting me today.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, Kristen, can you tell me how girls come to know about your organization and how they get services provided from Magnolia Rose?
Specifically for the cottage, it is referral basis only from law enforcement. Typically, when we get these girls, they're not eligible for a trauma center or human trafficking shelter in the state of Virginia, and so the cottage is filling that gap. We are the only emergency human trafficking shelter in Virginia.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you all do here?
Sure. So right now, Magnolia Rose is kind of in 3 different phases in what we offer. The first is our retail store that we employ survivors, and they work alongside volunteers. All of the proceeds from the retail store goes directly back to the victims and survivors that we work with. We also have an emergency human trafficking shelter, which we call our cottage. Our third is we will be opening a drop-in center come spring to provide services to at-risk girls in the city of Waynesboro and surrounding communities. We provide mentoring and give them job skills and life skills.
We help victims access counseling and therapy. A lot of our survivors want to go back to school. We also help them with life skills, learning how to do a budget, learning how to cook.
That's wonderful. You use volunteers to help run the store. Jesse, can you tell me where these volunteers come from?
Volunteers are so crucial to our mission, so they can help us in a number of ways. First, if they're interested, they can go to our website and see all the different ways they can get involved. We need shop managers that can show victims like how to manage a budget and how to run a cash register and talk to customers and build up those soft skills that they may need. And we also have volunteers that can provide childcare. Volunteers can come from anywhere. We have university students that volunteer with us. We have folks that are retired that come to us and provide mentorship to the girls.
I've been involved with social service side of our community for a long time. It's a passion of mine as being a survivor from a domestic violence situation in my younger years. I'm so pleased to bring Kline May here to your front door to allow you to tell us about Magnolia Rose and the impact you have in the community where we all live.
For Kline May to focus and give back to the community and the nonprofits, Jess and I would not be able to do what we do. And the girls would still be victims and not survivors.
And Kline May really represents, I think, that warm, welcoming spirit that the Shenandoah Valley has.
Absolutely.
We could have picked anywhere to open our nonprofit, but we chose the Valley because of how special the community is here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker at Kline May Realty. Thanks for joining me again for Q&A with Kline May. Our coffee today is from one of my favorite roasters you've heard me talk about before. This is Red Rooster Roasters down in Floyd, Virginia. And this is kind of, in my mind, their signature coffee, Funky Chicken. This was brought to us by the good folks at the Cinnamon Bear. They have some great coffees there and some great sandwiches and pastries as well. I'd highly recommend stopping by. So let's try the Funky Chicken. I really like that. It's a good medium roast. It's got kind of a nutty, earthy flavor. Super good first thing in the morning. Our question today has to do with buyers. Have the buyers come back to the market? And I think the answer to that is yes. We've seen over the last several weeks on a local level, the number of new contracts placed on properties has gone up pretty dramatically compared to the last 3 months when things were somewhat in the doldrums. And then also on a regional basis, through some data we have access to that covers thousands and thousands of homes, the same thing is happening. Far more contracts, far more showings, far more buyer activity. Why is that happening? I think primarily two things. First one is that interest rates are starting to drop. They're having a little more confidence that maybe we won't end up in a recession, and we're all feeling a little more secure about our financial future for the rest of this year. The second thing is, I think, home sales are driven often by life events, and people continue to get married and get divorced and have babies and change jobs and those kind of things, where even if conditions might not be ideal for me as a buyer, if I've got to move, I've got to move. I think what all this means for 2023 is we're going to see a fairly tight market, just like we had last year. Inventory is better than last year because of the sluggish sales over the last 3 months. But in my opinion, that's going to get gobbled up pretty quickly in the next month or two. There's not a lot of new construction out there compared to at this point last year. And as we've mentioned before, current homeowners thinking about resale have to think about, do I want to exchange my super low mortgage rate for something that's a little bit higher? The surge in buyers this early in the year is making me think it's going to be a strong year for buyers, which means it's going to be competitive again. And it means prices are going to continue to go up. So I think buyers should seriously consider, if you're going to jump in this year, jump in now. If you'd like to keep up on what's hitting our market for new listings, as always, there's a link right below that'll take you to the newest listings, those that have entered the market in the last 2 weeks. If you've got a question for me or a coffee you'd like me to try, send it to me at questions@klinemay.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
We all want to give our kids the best of everything, the best nutrition, the best education, and the best place to grow up, even the air they breathe. Lennox strives to provide the best air quality for your family's home, free of indoor air pollutants.
At Landis Heating and Air Conditioning, they can install a Lennox customized comfort system in your home. Let Landis sweat the details so you can relax in comfort. Call my friends at Landis Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Get up to $1,700 in rebates.
Hello, I'm Derek Flory of the Mountain Valley Homes team, and this is Katrina Muncie, Ian Bowles, Tiffany Shepard, and Vanessa Forday of Augusta Dog Adoptions. We're here today to donate this check for $2,000 to one of our local charities.
We are really thankful for this donation today from Mountain Valley Homes, Kline May Realty. This will help us provide extensive medical care for the over 160 dogs that we have saved just this year in 2022. We are a 501c3 all-volunteer rescue that takes in and adopts out dogs through the state of Virginia that may be otherwise facing uncertain futures due to overcrowding in shelters. We do not believe any dog should lose their life due to overcrowding. We're here today at Skipping Rock Brewery, who has kindly invited us to come and showcase some of our adoptable dogs. They're one great example of our tight-knit community that is very supportive. We have a network of volunteers that foster these dogs in their homes. We face pretty extensive medical expenses, so we are very thankful to receive donations like the one from Kline May Realty today. We survive completely on donations, and that's what makes our work possible. We also have a community grant. We have provided over 650 spay-neuter surgeries since we received the grant through Community Foundation. And anyone that needs assistance with that service can just contact us to set that up. So Augusta Dog Adoptions has no facility. We are completely volunteer. Our foster homes are all volunteers, and we're always looking for new fosters to expand the amount of animals that we're able to save each year. To receive more information, you can go to our website at augustadogadoptions.org and learn about volunteering and look at our selection of adoptable dogs. I'm Vanessa Forday with Augusta Dog Adoptions. Thank you again to Skipping Rock and to Kline May Realty. We could not do the work that we do without their support.
Katie sneaking by. She goes, yeah. Again, thanks to our sponsors. And if today, we hope you enjoyed your show. Again, I kind of garbled that, didn't I? Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Again, thanks to our sponsors. Hope to see you again next week.